Imagine being around someone who is always the center of attention, a person who is constantly seeking admiration and validation from others. This individual seems to be living in a world entirely built around themselves, where their needs and desires take precedence over anyone else's. They are charming and confident on the surface, but underneath, there's a manipulative and self-centered individual who thrives on controlling their environment. This is the world of the narcissist. Now you may be wondering, how do you deal with someone like this? What truly gets under the skin of a narcissist? If you've ever had the misfortune of dealing with someone who displays narcissistic traits, you know how difficult it can be to break through their armor. Narcissists tend to have a particular set of vulnerabilities, things that can make them truly uncomfortable and even miserable when exposed to them. Understanding these triggers can be powerful knowledge, especially when it comes to protecting yourself from their toxic behavior. In this video, we will dive into 6 things that narcissists absolutely cannot stand. These are not just small annoyances. They are things that can completely rattle their sense of control, self-image, and ego. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of how to handle narcissists and potentially make them miserable without even trying too hard. Let's get started. Before we jump into the first thing that drives narcissists crazy, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with anyone who might need some insights into dealing with narcissists. Let's spread the knowledge. The first thing that narcissists can't stand is being ignored. Narcissists thrive on attention and validation from others. They crave it like oxygen, and when they aren't the center of attention, it feels like the world is crumbling around them. Ignoring a narcissist is one of the most effective ways to make them uncomfortable. They can't stand being left out of the conversation, being overlooked, or not getting the spotlight they believe they deserve. Whether it's in a group setting, during a conversation, or in a social situation, the lack of attention feels like a direct blow to their inflated sense of self-worth. By simply not acknowledging their existence or not engaging with their attempts to gain attention, you can leave them feeling small and powerless. What makes this so effective is that narcissists have a deep-seated need to be validated by others. Their self-esteem is fragile, and they constantly seek external approval to feel good about themselves. Ignoring them denies them the validation they so desperately crave, and in turn, they will often try harder to reclaim that attention, leading to frustration and discomfort. In some cases, they may even become hostile, angry, or manipulative in their attempt to draw attention back to themselves. So, while ignoring a narcissist might seem simple, it can have a powerful impact on their emotional state. Next, narcissists can't stand being challenged or contradicted. They believe that they are always right, and that their views are superior to anyone else's. Narcissists have an inflated sense of their own intelligence and abilities, and any attempt to question their authority or challenge their opinions threatens their sense of superiority. When you contradict a narcissist, you're not just disagreeing with them, you're threatening their entire identity. This can provoke intense defensiveness and even rage. For example, if a narcissist is telling you their opinion on a subject, and you politely offer a different perspective, they will likely react with hostility. They might attempt to belittle your opinion, mock you, or become dismissive in order to reassert their dominance. The worst thing you can do to a narcissist is to make them feel like they aren't as special, knowledgeable, or unique as they believe they are. By challenging them, you directly attack the foundation of their inflated self-image, and they won't stand for it. This creates a situation where the narcissist feels threatened, and in their eyes, they have to either destroy or discredit you to preserve their fragile sense of superiority. Another thing narcissists cannot stand is losing control. Narcissists like to have power and control over situations and people. They often manipulate and orchestrate events so that everything goes in their favor, and they are the ones pulling the strings. Losing control makes them feel vulnerable and weak, which is something they cannot tolerate. Whether it's a personal relationship, a work setting, or a social group, Narcissists will often try to dominate and control others. The idea that someone else might be in charge, or that they could lose influence in any way is deeply unsettling for them. When a narcissist loses control, they might lash out or become even more aggressive in their attempts to regain their dominance. They might try to manipulate others, create chaos, or even resort to passive-aggressive behaviors. The key here is that narcissists are afraid of being seen as weak or helpless, so when they lose control, they feel like they are losing their grip on their entire identity. This fear of being exposed as anything less than perfect drives much of their toxic behavior. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you. Narcissists can't stand being vulnerable. Vulnerability is the opposite of the image they want to project. Narcissists carefully craft an image of themselves as strong, confident, and infallible, and any display of weakness or vulnerability threatens that facade. They believe that showing vulnerability will make them appear weak, imperfect, or inferior in the eyes of others. This makes them avoid situations where they might need to open up or admit any kind of flaw. When faced with a moment of vulnerability, narcissists often become defensive or shut down entirely. They might try to deflect the conversation, make light of the situation, or even escalate the issue to avoid admitting anything that might make them appear less than perfect. Vulnerability doesn't align with their carefully curated self-image, and they would rather maintain their mask of superiority than confront the possibility of being seen as weak or flawed. If you want to unsettle a narcissist, encouraging them to be open and honest about their feelings can often lead to discomfort and defensiveness. Fifth on the list is something that many people might overlook. Narcissists can't stand not getting special treatment. Narcissists believe that they are entitled to special privileges, treatment, and consideration. Whether it's in a social group, a workplace, or even in a family setting, they expect others to treat them as if they are the most important person in the room. If they feel like they aren't getting the special treatment they think they deserve, it can lead to frustration, anger, and a sense of betrayal. For instance, if a narcissist is passed over for a promotion at work, or is not treated as the star in a social situation, they may react with passive-aggressive behavior, attempts to sabotage others, or open hostility. This sense of entitlement is deeply ingrained, and any situation where they feel overlooked or underappreciated can send them into a tailspin. They may lash out to reclaim their position of importance, or use their charm to manipulate others into giving them what they want. In their mind, the world revolves around them, and they are always deserving of more than everyone else. Finally, narcissists can't stand being exposed. They go to great lengths to protect their image and maintain the illusion of perfection. Whether it's in their personal life, career, or public persona, narcissists want to appear flawless and untouchable. Any revelation that exposes their true nature or reveals their flaws is a direct threat to their carefully constructed self-image. If someone points out their mistakes, calls them out on their behavior, or exposes the cracks in their facade, it can make them feel humiliated and vulnerable. This is why narcissists often try to control the narrative around them. They want to be the ones who define who they are and how they are perceived by others. If they feel like their true nature is being revealed, they might resort to aggressive tactics to silence critics, discredit those who expose them, or manipulate the situation to restore their sense of superiority. Being exposed threatens their dominance, and they will do everything in their power to prevent it from happening. So there you have it, 6 things that narcissists absolutely cannot stand. Ignoring them, challenging them, taking away their control, forcing them to be vulnerable, denying them special treatment, and exposing their true nature can all make a narcissist uncomfortable, defensive, or even miserable. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has helped you better understand the inner workings of narcissistic behavior and how you can navigate interactions with narcissists more effectively. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into understanding toxic behavior and how to protect yourself from it. Until next time.